Hello, listener. Good morning. It's Yusuf Saleh with a color with the continuation of the novel Life Under the Hijab. Last time we stopped in chapter 6, where Zainab said, I nodded my head and smiled back in return. It felt good to be back, but little did I know death is coming to someone I love dearly. So today, listener, will continue with the chapter 7. It had been 2 weeks since my car accident. I was still stuck at the hospital, talked. Anyway, since I missed so much school, Zakir had been bringing me my work. Amir and Zakir have gotten pretty close. They both always stop by my room, and Zakir always told me about his weird days. So far, I learned girls have a thing for him at work. Baba's condition was getting worse. I still remember that dream. Oh Allah, please let Baba live, or at least let me get to say goodbye to him. As much as I wanted Baba to live, I knew that he had to go. I had to let him go. I knew Allah will take care of him, but it hurt to see the person you love leave. I remembered his laugh and smile. They will always make me smile and feel grateful to have a father like him. I remember him always telling me that Allah is always there for me and that I must never forget that. While I was deep in my thoughts, I did not hear Amir and Zakir walking. Assalamu alaikum, they both greeted. Wa alaikum assalam, I said back. Guess what, little sis? You are being released now, Amir smiled. Really? I asked. Yup, they said all your bruises and scars should be fine. You were really lucky that you didn't die. You only broke 3 of your ribs and you got a lot of stitches. The doctors say you should be fine. Amir confirmed. Oh, was all I could have said at the moment. I took my clothes and went to the bathroom to change. I also had to fix my hijab. I wore a purple sweater, top and faded jeans. To top it off, I wore my purple floral hijab. This was the outfit Hajara had picked up for me. She said it made me look like a modern day princess. She called my outfit Royal Purple. It was a cute name. I walked out of the bathroom to see the boys laughing and Hajar fuming. She spotted me and a look of relief replaced her foaming face. Then she ran up to me and hugged my waist. Apple, sister, she called me. Brother called me a monkey and then he started making stupid monkey sound. Then Zakir started laughing. Afterward, Amir also called me an angry kitten. She cried. I giggled. Boys, you should know better, I scolded. Whatever they replied, I shook my head. Right then a nurse came into my room. Her head was down. She looked oddly depressed. I wonder why. Wait a minute. What if this has something to do with Baba? Oh no. Your father woke up, but he is very weak. He asked to see his family, she quietly said. We all looked at each other and rushed into Baba's room. The sight in front of me made me want to cry. Baba looked so pale and almost lifeless. His eyes had lost all color from it. He looked depressed, yet happy. Beside him was Amu. She was holding his hand with her head down, crying. Baba looked pained. Behind them was Nora. She started sobbing quietly. Amir ran up to Nora and hugged her. She cried into his chest. Baba noticed Hajar, Amir and I. He mentioned for us to come to him. My children, I am very proud of all of you. You all have grown up. I enjoy every minute spending time with you and trying to please Allah. It is time for me to go home, he croaked out. What do you mean, Baba? Hajar said tearfully. Baba let out a weak chuckle. It means that it is time that I go back to Allah. He gave small smile on his face. There was many sobbing going around the room. That is when I noticed Zakir's family. Zakir's family was here as well. I looked back at Papa. He was starting to tear up. I now understood why Am was crying. She does not want him to leave, but she has to accept it. Baba must have talked to her before us. Please don't leave, whispered Hajar. We all have to leave this dunya one day, he said. I love you, Baba, Amir said cheerfully. I love each and every one of you, he said as he grabbed Amu's chin so she would look at him. Never forget, Allah is always there for you in your time of need, he said, kissing Amu's cheek. I love you, Baba. I won't ever forget you. You mean the world to me, I said. Hajara, I know things are tough for you right now, and inshallah it will get better. Never forget that Allah is always with you. Amir, take care of your mother, sisters and wife. Raise your child as a proper Muslim. Zainab, I want you to marry a righteous man like Zakir. I wanted you to marry Zakir, but I won't force you. And Safia, please don't grieve over my death too long. Carry on with your life and remember Allah. Can you all promise me that? He asked with crystal eyes. I promise, we all said. With that said, he leaned back onto the bed and flashed a small smile before closing his eye. He mumbled a dua. After a few minutes of his slow breathing and our quiet sob, he stopped breathing. His heart stopped. And this time I knew he was not coming back. A doctor ran up to Baba and checked his pulse. He looked back at us with a sad expression planted on his face. He is dead. I am sorry, he said. Hajra, Amir, Nora and Amu and I burst into tears. Amu was taking it worse. Oh Allah, please grant Baba Jannatul Firdaus. It had been 1 week since Baba's death. 1 week of tears, 1 week of depression. We promised Baba that we won't grieve his death for too long. Amu has been in a serious depression this week. Nora has been trying to get her out of it. I sighed. I was currently in my room trying to understand this hard equation. Why is math so confusing? I have been at this for 3 hours and I still don't get it. All that's on my mind is Baba. I decided to take a break. It was currently 11 p.m. in the night. I put on my hijab and walked downstairs to the kitchen. I needed a snack. I want a fiber one bar. As I reached for it, I heard a deep voice. What are you doing up so late? I jumped and then turned around to see Zakir. My jaw almost dropped at the sight of him. He looked so hurt. His brown hair was messed up in a cute way. He shaved but kept a tiny amount of hair under his chin. He was wearing a sweatshirt that clung to his muzzle. He looked great. I stumbled. What's wrong, princess? Cat got your tongue? He smirked. You little jack face. You are so rude. I honestly have no idea why females rule over you. You are not the prince charming every girl dreams about. You are like an evil king, I hoped. Oh, really? Sorry to break it to you, princess, but I do believe you were just drooling over my hot body, he said, pointing at his body. Curse his confidence. I rolled my eyes at that. He chuckled. Then he had a serious look on his face. I am sorry about your dad, he said. It is okay. He is with Allah now, where he belonged, I say shakily. Hey, if you need anyone to talk to, just come to me. I will always be here for you, he smiled. I know you are. Hey Zakir, do you care about me? I asked. I remember at the hospital he was begging and crying for me to wake up. He said he needed me. Is that true? He stated. Then he finally answered. I care about you so much, Zainab. Because of you, I changed into a better Muslim. You inspired me to be a better person.